Hey guys, it's Duke, and I've been dropshipping for almost a year now, and I'm here to tell you about this all-new Shopify theme that really has innovated in the space. I feel like the dropshipping space, e-commerce space, this pump and dump store, this more amateur side, less professional side. We've gotten so used to, Shrine theme being so predominant and being, having the market. And the thing about Shrine is that it's a good theme, it's a good, proven converting theme, but it's just hasn't been they haven't been innovating as much. I've seen Shrine version 1.0.4, version 1.1, 1.2, 1.4, and they genuinely haven't done, much to differentiate themselves with other themes. Like, how are you gonna, have the market and just not try to, bust your ass and, introduce something new? And the thing with this theme, Elixir, is that it's new. I think it's about 4 months old, and it genuinely has proven itself to be a big front runner in what I believe is, the huge market of Shopify themes, because, the market of Shopify themes is huge. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, and I'll give you, an example store, how to use it, and then I'll tell you a really cool thing is that you can run pre-landers on this theme itself. So usually you would run pre-landers on an external app. A lot of people use Gem Pages, Pagefly, and Replo. Replo is super popular. But the thing is, all these apps cost money. They are all MRR, I'm pretty sure. They all cost a monthly subscription. The thing about Elixir, it's a one-time payment. You pay it, you get updates. They have pretty frequent updates, like every bi-weekly, I'm pretty sure. And then you don't have to pay again. You just pay once and you're good. So let's look at the demo store for Elixir. So the thing about Elixir is that it has a more branded dropshipping or branded e-commerce style, all right? It's taking elements from proven, seven-figure, eight-figure, nine-figure brands, and it's put them into blocks that you can just drag and drop here. But it's not like Shrine. The thing is about Shrine that some of the blocks are like some of the blocks are just less thought out, right? The thing about Elixir is that, in my opinion, every single block has inspiration with a proven element, has inspiration from, a proven store, and they're just taking a copying and put it into, a skeletal structure for you to create. All right, and that's the thing. The thing about this is that it looks less like a brand. You can get really great at making stores and make your store look not like a dropshipping store, all right? And that's the thing. You need to be good at using it. It doesn't matter how what tools you give someone. If they're bad at using the tool, they're not going to, put out the good results. And a really good example of Elixir theme is this theme right here. It's Green Derma, all right? So this is a skin supplement brand. I'm pretty sure they sell hormonal acne for women. Women think, they're acne, they don't like acne, they want to be more attractive. So they sell a product for women to get rid of their acne. And then right off the bat, we see here Elixir, in my opinion, looks a lot more. First of all, there's something about the layout and the font, right? The default Shrine font is a lot more playful, in my opinion. It's playful, it's less serious. And the thing about Elixir's font is that, in my opinion, it's more professional. It has a lot better looking elements too. Number one, money back guarantee. This is a badge you can add. This is not custom at all. This is very, very native to Elixir. You can add this super easily. They give you a native urgency countdown timer at the top. You can't swap this out with other stuff, but this is very cool. It's native. You don't need to custom code anything in. It's very nice. And then the header, the menu bar, in my opinion, just looks a lot more, branded. You can make it look a lot branded. We see here, this is what I call, this is another section, right? So this section kind of elaborates more maybe on the problem, elaborates on the solution a little bit more. It gives you this is, mind this is, all of this is not custom code. It's, um, it's all drag and drop blocks. This right here, maybe a little facts section here. You don't need to have your facts section all the way on the bottom of your product page. You can just have it here. It's very, very nice. Um, this is a roadmap section. Obviously, customers when they go on your website, they're expecting a transformation, right? Your product has to do something for them, all right? And this is a great way to visually show the transformation that your product will have, right? Down here, great ingredients section. You can use this section for other things other than ingredients, but very nice use of this section by this store. I really do like it. Social proof section, great. Comparison section, great. All right, you see this. You see this store? So this store, in my opinion, already trumps like almost any Shrine store I've seen. Shrine store is super, I just can't really articulate it, but Shrine has that classic dropshipping feel. Maybe the market, maybe the consumer market, or just the dropshipping market has already been so sophisticated that they just see any store and they recognize the theme, right? So Elixir is new. A lot of consumers have not seen the theme yet. So I really think this is a great theme to differentiate yourself from. All right. And now I'll teach you guys how to use the theme. All right. So I have my example store right here. I picked my example product. It is called Paderna. I named it Paderna because I have my example product right here. So it is the, one second, it is the PDRN Riedel shot. So what is this? This is essentially a treatment for your hair for women, basically. Women want to have thick hair, they want to have healthy hair, they want to have long hair. This is essentially PDRN. I am not an expert in beauty, but it should be a compound extracted from, I think, like salmon sperm or just bodily fluids of like fish, or I don't even know. But it's essentially, a decent, unique differentiator. It's microneedling. It's a microneedling pen with a custom formula. So, people think, oh my God, new stuff. Probably will do something to my hair. I do like the product. The number one reason why I picked this product is the product images are already pretty nice. I don't want to make new product images just for a test store because I don't want to waste my time. So this is very nice. We see here this on the official website. It's VT Cosmetics. Um, they have pretty nice images here, but you can see this is probably a custom website, right? Yeah, Dawn is custom. Dawn's like the default theme, so it's probably custom made. And just ingest and take a look at what the website looks like for now. All right, looks pretty nice. Looks very very simple, professional. I like it. And then let's go over to our example store with Elixir. So when you boot up Elixir, they'll give you a lot of free templates. But over here, you'll see this is the beauty template, and this is what you will see. So I already have the product page set up, and then I'll have the product name as Peter and Microneedling Pen, right? So let's add some product images in here. So I'll just add like 3 because I don't really want to spend the time to, make this fucking store that crazy. I'll add this, and then I'll add like, yeah, right here, right? So all good, decent product images. Boom. There we go. All right. Actually, I'm gonna do this. So I don't want to really show you guys my downloads folder. So I'll just do this. Let's just get this. I'll just get this, and then I will get just one other picture is fine. All right. Boom. So I have the pictures now. Let's put it in product. Boop, put it in here. And then I will put the second product in here. Great. All right. And then we can start checking out the theme. All right. And the thing about this theme is that there's a lot more customization than there is with Shrine. You have obviously different sections of product reviews. So you have classic review stars right here, and then you do have the option for the Trustpilot section. Trustpilot is right here. So you have 2 choices when it comes to reviews. Some customers, maybe if you're like, very skeptical when you're selling a product where the consumer market is very skeptical, they do tend to look at Trustpilot as a little more credibility than having a native review, review icons on your product page. Will be like, oh my God, it's an external importation of the reviews. So obviously, great option to have here. I'll put it out. But you already see, I already set up the product variants, but you see here, it just looks very clean off the bat, right? So I do have the logo here for Paterna. I have this very, very nice classic logo. So let me just do Paterna, and then I'll get the logo here. Boom. And I'll go up here, put the logo in. There we go. All right. Let's give it 1 second. Click done. Thing about the logo is it always messes up the spacing if you don't go on freeform and then drag it in right here. So, oh, that was an accident. But it always messes up the spacing if you don't do this and crop it properly, right? So I have the logo now, and then let's change the header color, right? So this is kind of like a very neutral, in my opinion, very, very, very neutral color palette for this product. So in the header, do you want something neutral like this, right? I want something that matches the background. Obviously, I have a color picker on my normal account. I don't have it right now, but you see how nice it looks, and then let's just Oh, where's the header? Where's the header? Right here. All right, let's just adjust this padding a little bit so it looks nice. So you already see right here. This looks, in my opinion, looks great off the bat, and I haven't even done much customization. All right, the thing about Elixir is a lot of the customization is from the colors. Colors right here. I don't really fully grasp it yet because I don't be making that many stores. I think I have like 3 stores on Elixir right now, so I don't be like making that shit too often. But a lot of things like Shrine, you go in here in the colors. There's universal accents. When you change a color right here, it'll change most of the other sections. But about Elixir is a lot of these are just like custom colors, and it's hard to figure out which sections on the left side pertain to which sections on your actual page, right? So we have this. Let me change the text to black on the header. That looks nice, but it's a little bit too black. So I like to put, like, if it looks too harsh, I like to put it in gray a little. So it's not too harsh in the eyes, and we see the menu looks great already, right? Micro leading pen. And then right here, I like to put a little product description right here. Maybe we do extracted from, if we do like premium PDRN extracted from the Pacific Ocean, proven to support hair wellness. Some shit like that, just to give them a description of the product. I think it looks better if you don't have that long of product title. You just have, something concise and have a very, very small text supporting it, right? And then right here is great. We have custom text. So what I like to do with this is I like to have like an authority approval right here. So if you're selling like a hair product, maybe you can be like 2025, it's like what's like a doctor. What is a hair doctor called? Yeah, what's a hair doctor called? Oh, yo, my bad. All right. Trichologist, but ain't nobody know what a trichologist is. Like, uh, nobody really knows what trichologist means, so we just end up 25 hair expert reviewed. All right, and just be like top rated hair growth and wellness product right here. All right. Description font size. I like to put this a little bit more up. So right here. So we already see we're starting to conceptualize the color palette, what the store will look like, what the brand really shows already, and it's been like what 5 minutes of making the product page. So what I envision is the brand has a neutral color palette, a lot of grays, a lot of whites, some shit like that. So when you look at some custom accent colors like this, you don't really want to have anything that harsh, right? Maybe you want to have a color that kind of matches the color on the pen right here. So if it's these accent gradient, all right, so this is a linear gradient right here. So this color doesn't matter because you're clicking on the linear gradient right here. So if you have like a type of green, I like to do maybe, hello, acting up. This thing's acting up. This thing's acting up. 1 second. 1 second. Let me just save this and then refresh it so I can get this right. All right, so we have this right here. Man, this is kind of annoying. All right, so let's just go down. There it is. I was looking for this, right? So let's do we can just use a color picker, honestly. I'm like, yo, this is cooked. I'll just pick this color. I'll take that color. I have the hex code for this. All right. Go down. Paste that in. Boom. So look at this. So it already matches the color palette a little bit better, right? So if you want to have some benefits, some real quick benefits, you have benefits grid right here, right? So benefits grid. Maybe you don't want that, very, very eye-catching red on there. You just like maybe like something nice. Let's not do anything because there's no circle. There's no width, but let's just do this, right? Actually, let's just put red, black, right? So you have, boom, right here. So you have product description, very concise product benefits, and it already looks a lot better, right? And the thing about Elixir is that there's so much customization that it's hard for me to do a video on like how to use it and how not to use it because the way I could be, building the product page could be a very different concept than you can because there's so many concepts on it. There's so many blocks to drag. It's like it's a lot like you won't need to really ask someone to like, oh, can you custom code this, can you custom code that? Because there's so many like let me go down here and let me click add a section, right? These, and mind you, these are all sections that actually do stuff, right? You have store fact, a fact section, dedicated fact section, or you have a product fact section, or you have a roadmap. So this is the section I searched it beforehand. You have photo grid, just so a lot of visual social proof. You have customer reviews, visual social proof plus text. You have text reviews too, benefits carousel, and these are all proven elements, right? When you hover over one of these, you can probably envision what you can do with the product. And the thing about Shrine is that it's like more universal, right? But when it's more universal, it's kind of like an ad, right? When it's universal, it's not tailored for anyone, so it speaks to no one, right? You want to have, your brand convey something to the consumer, right? They don't want to feel like they're getting drop shipped. And this is a really great theme to do so. And then another thing is I can show you the pre-lander functionality. The pre-lander shit is great, all right? So they have page templates and sections for pre-landers. And the thing is, this is not even hard to develop and shit. It's just like, why did Shrine not put this in their 3, 4 years of development, right? I have no idea. It's not even shit. Look at this. You click listicle. You have this beautiful, beautiful already written out listicle for you, all right? All you need to do is put title, summary, and paragraph. And what you need to do is, obviously you're not going to run a listicle with this crazy ass header on top, right? So what you want to do is you want to go to pages, you want to create a new page, all right? You want to base it on listicle, just be like listicle 1, right? Listicle 1, create template, boom, it's already a new template. And then you want to go back here, you want to go to all my store pages, and you want to create a new page based on that new template, right? We'll do listicle 1, based on this one, and you want to make it visible. That's all you need to do. So have a template of a listicle, get a copy of it, and then you go over here, and then you just go onto that template, right? And you go to the theme settings, and under this setting, this is where you will disable the actual header of the page. If you do this, and the header's gone, right? So now you have a completely formatted listicle ready for you to edit. You have title, avatar, avatar to, who wrote the listicle essentially. You have a summary, and you have all these crazy listicles that you can obviously, edit and personalize to your product. You have a beautiful CTA on the bottom, and this is only V1 of their listicles, so obviously more updates and more section will be coming later. And then we do have a very, very nice looking advertorial template. So you see right here, you have the, sticky add to cart, sticky CTA on the side. You go to mobile format, it's gone, it's only at the bottom. On the top, and you can do the same thing with the, deleting the header down here. So you go to header, and you just do advertorial flexible. Should be gone. If it's not gone, then that means I just need to create a template and then do it again with the name. But right here, you see everything is already written out for you. You have the title, description, who wrote it. You have options to highlight it, to really emphasize some parts. And then you have it out here. Look, images. This is a really, really nice functionality in your theme, right? You don't need to pay money to go get trend pages, to get Pagefly, to get Repflow. This is just all native to the theme. And then, so this is what I really want to show you guys, right? It's a great theme. I've been using it for most of my branded stores now. And I have to say, conversion rate, in my opinion, has been probably a good margin better than using Shrine, because the products that I run on my branded stores are usually more, usually at a higher price point, more premium, and I think Elixir is a great theme that will get that vibe across to your customer when they go on your website. So this is going to be my first video. I'll be posting more sauce probably not on themes a lot. I just really wanted to share this theme with you guys. If they do more updates, I'll probably do more in-depth tutorials, but I don't want this video to be too long. But I thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys in the next one.